Exercise 212, A and B. Halt, leave dog, turn, recall, finish right. The purpose is to demonstrate a refined stay and finishing to the right. The primary element for sign A is stay in place, for sign B is finish right. First, the handler and dog halt in unison, and the handler cues the dog to sit, and the dog sits in heel position. Then the handler cues the dog to stay and walks to the second sign. The dog should stay in place and in sit position until called.
Here are the possible penalties for sign A. The primary element is stay in place, so it would be 5 points off if the dog did not stay in place, or if they moved more than 50% of their footprint. It's 2 points off for failure to perform as described, and that means if the dog does not sit, because it's the place that's a primary element. So not sitting or sitting and then standing in place would be 2 points off, and 1 point off for a crooked sit or moving partially out of place, that is less than 50% of the footprint.
At sign B, the handler turns around and halts and faces the dog. Then the handler cues the dog to come to front and sit, and the dog comes and sits at front. Then the handler cues the dog to finish right. Here's a note on the sign placement on the course.
And here are all the possible penalties, because any of these can happen anytime. I'll point out a few. 5 points for no finish right. That includes the sit. So if the dog does not circle around behind the handler and sit in heel position, that does not satisfy the primary element. And 2 points off for failure to perform as described. For instance, if the dog finishes right, does a sit, and then does an extra down sit, that would be 2 points. Or 1 point for crooked sits or bumping, perhaps.
Let's see that video once more.